Beautiful. Absolutely. Yes. So next we have a bit of poetry from Susan Wright, and I believe Richard, you also going to be reading as part of this confabulation? Yes, okay. So Susan Wright, give her a nice hand.
Yeah, yeah. Certified. An historic verse.
First story.
We need history.
This first one is a poem by our lovely friend Richard here, Richard Gowell, and it's entitled Birch's Poem to the Tribe. You have peeled me around and shaped me out for canoes, and I have loved you for it, for I have carried your warriors into battle. The mighty dawn treaders, silent on the waters. I have watched from the banks your proud fishers, the quick dart of their wrist, quicker than the serpent's tongue, speared a silverfish before it wrinkled out of sight. You have kindled me for fire and drunk deeply from my incense. My rough bark turned soft as a butterfly's wing when you caressed me with your fingers. When you kissed me with your lips, my bark became undone and unraveled as a maiden unbraiding her hair before she lay down with her lover. I have cared for your children as they danced around me, peeling my bark, and I would laugh and shake my limbs and shower my leaves upon them. I have burned in my bark the memory of your flesh, your proud face, your nose as beautiful as a hawk's, and the tears twisting from chestnut eyes, running down your cheeks like crooked rivers. So in love with the earth, so driven, until you were driven out, your hearts bursting. My dear tribes, my sweet tribes, you shall return and dwell with me under the shadow of my branches. I'll preface this one by saying this is a short poem that I wrote some time ago when I was in a rather dismal mood with relation to the current world happenings, current events, and now we have this illustrious crisis turned into a war. But then I shall gravitate to a more hopeful opposite side of the coin, hopefully, that will be the future. This one's called Stars Glow. Stars glow, nearing the moon's oasis, submerged in sun reflected, to filter out the hatred. Stream of unconsciousness deflected, the human strain rejected, while our human race that once was one, now somehow disconnected from. On the more hopeful side of what the earth is and our relation to it, for those of us who have some understanding of that and hoping that that will spread throughout the world, this one is called Remember the Ground. Dancing in moonlight, swinging on stars, sundance to sundown, sweet sweat lodge, red jars, filled with cedar and sage, as we breathe in the spirit of life as it moves us. As we sit, you can hear it. For it silences sound as it circles around. It warns us to show us, remember the ground. Many a message received in the teaching, many a blessing from growing and reaching. And it never betrays you, though you may leave it behind. The self that is through you and is never blind, but flies straight forth like an arrow with strength, yet centered, gentility, warming inner sun at circular length. The lessons keep coming, just keep in the flow, and the lessons get tougher, your opportunities to grow. Stay on the path, but in case you fall down, pick yourself up, but remember the ground. We are all different, but we are all the same. We can all drop our act, keep our name, rise above the game plan. In the end, it is clear, the re-sunning is here, not reasoning with our heads, but re-sunning with our hearts. There is a re-sun, why we are here. Take the start. There's work to be done, it all begins with you, but we'll all work together in every painted hue. And if we keep it alive, you know we all thrive, for a new day is dawning. Aren't you glad we're alive? Well, no matter what you think you found, just remember the ground.